Today we're going to talk about the devices Stadia will be compatible with, the timeline of support, and if a Stadia console is coming to us soon. My name is Jason, giving you another Stadia breakdown, and this is Inevitable Space. So Stadia is going to be compatible with the Chrome browser. That brings a lot of devices to its platform, but we want to be more specific about what that actually means. Chromebooks are compatible with Google Stadia. I myself am using the Samsung Chromebook Plus version 2 with an M3 processor, and this is typically not a piece of hardware you'd want to use for gaming. Pretty much you would never use a Chromebook to play games. With Google Stadia, you are going to be able to play 4K games on your Chromebook. That's kind of insane. I think we'll all come to see that this is really a great technology, and being able to use Stadia on Chromebooks is going to be crazy to use. I'm excited to be a part of that and use Stadia with my Chromebook. Chromebooks typically do turn into tablets, and that's a big question. Is it going to work the same way in tablet mode? If I open up Stadia, go to their site, and flip my computer into tablet mode, will there be touch controls, or will I still have to use a keyboard? Big questions that we still don't have answered directly. Amongst the other devices that are going to be compatible with Google Stadia, the Pixel 3 or Pixel 4, when that comes out, is going to be compatible with Stadia. This gives us information about how Android devices may come into play, although Google is officially only supporting the Pixel products for the Pixels 3, 3XL, 3A, and 3A XL. We don't have any information about the previous versions of the Google Pixel, and we are assuming that the Pixel 4 lineup will be compatible with Stadia as well, as that is launching in October, and we should be able to see that with Stadia. Google did say that they are planning to support other Android devices, but they will probably start rolling out updates and compatibility for Stadia in 2020. Another great device that is going to be compatible with Stadia, and you already know this if you're a founder, is the Chromecast Ultra. The Chromecast Ultra is a 4K streaming device that you can use on any TV with an HDMI port. And this is going to be a great tool for Stadia because you're able to stream your gameplay seamlessly, so it's going to be fully immersive like you're playing on any other console. The Google Chromecast Ultra does also support Ethernet capabilities, so you can have the most ensured and highest quality settings possible on your Chromecast. We have no information about the other Chromecast devices that are out, but we can assume they are not going to be supported as they don't support 4K, and Google's really trying to show off their performance through Stadia, although this is not confirmed. Just remember, when you are trying this stuff out when Stadia comes out, it still depends on if your device has Wi-Fi capabilities that can support Stadia, and if your router and ISP support that high of an internet speed. So Stadia is also compatible on a bunch of desktop and laptops as well. So that means that you can have Stadia working on OS X, Linux, and Windows. That's really important. The only hardware requirements on your end that you have to use for Stadia on a laptop or desktop is the ones for Google Chrome to be running. Google Chrome's minimum specifications are 128 megabits of RAM, which most computers today can top. A Pentium 4 with SSE2 capability, and it also requires the 100 megabits of free space. Of course, you would prefer higher specifications if you really are intending playing games, and if you barely meet these specifications or don't at all, then you should probably just get a new device. Google Chrome does have OS restrictions and requires the version of Windows 7 or newer, along with OS X version 10.10 or newer, or the 64-bit Ubuntu 14.04, Debian 8, OpenSUSE 13.3, or Fedora Linux 24, or newer versions of all of these operating systems. So you are able to play Stadia on a wide variety of devices. Simply, all you have to do is make sure your device is compatible with Google Chrome. And that holds true with almost every device. The only devices that we're not so sure about are the smaller devices, the ones that are less used, or possibly the best devices that we have. The Nvidia TV Shield is actually one of the greatest pieces of hardware for Stadia. It has been anonymously confirmed that Stadia will be supported on the Nvidia TV Shield. We have no real confirmation from Google, so we can't take this as credible, but when we see this, it's what we want. Stadia with GeForce Now, with Hulu and Netflix, all on your 4K TV, possibly 8K. Even if it isn't, you still can play at any quality these games and it will still come across great. Stadia on the Nvidia TV Shield really opens up the horizon. Also bringing into question, what about other TV devices? The Chromecast is already compatible. Nvidia TV Shield is up in the air at the moment, but what about something like the Amazon Fire? Along with the Nvidia TV Shield being the possible console for Stadia, which leaves us wondering about the Amazon Fire TV. What happens with the Apple TV? As far as we know, Stadia is not going to be supporting this device. We can see why, being it's an Apple product and Apple likes to be exclusive. It is something to think about. Other platforms that are up for question, such as the Chromium OS. Chromium OS is basically the bare-bone version of Chrome OS, which is the standard operating system for all Chromebooks. Chromium OS is actually Ubuntu based, so it is compatible if the device that you have Chromium OS on is compatible with Google Chrome. On the other hand, there is also a web browser provided by the Chromium project, and this browser, as far as we know, does not work with Stadia. This is because Google Chrome is based off of this project. Google Chrome being owned by Google, they're actually going to try to keep it within their own system. So using Google Chrome only as the browser compatible with Stadia really narrows it down. Up in the air, I discussed earlier, was Android phones. Android phones are going to be getting support throughout 2020, and there is no official list of how or in what order they will be doing this, but we can assume that it's up to the manufacturers to tailor the version of Stadia for their devices. Or Stadia may simply just be released in the App Store and able to download on any device. This is unclear at the moment, but we are hoping for clarification soon. There are still some questions about the compatibility with Stadia. Is there a version requirement of Chrome that you need to be able to play Stadia? We also don't know what the effects of screen size will be on Stream Connect. Stream Connect is coming to Stadia for many games, but we don't actually know if you'll be able to use Stream Connect if you're, say, on a Chromebook, phone, or tablet, or just any other device. And we're wondering if Stream Connect is simply just for Chromecast TVs, the Chromecast Ultra, because that is the only device that supports 4K and high resolution over a wide span. So we're wondering what that's going to be like, but we don't have that information at the moment, but we hope to get that soon. With these questions in mind, you can still look forward to Stadia working on a big collective of devices and bring you a great gaming experience. So to me, Stadia is still something great to look forward to. Like if you want more videos like this one, subscribe for more of that information, hit that bell for upload notifications, and follow me on all my socials for more frequent updates. You can check out my website, which you can find in the description below. My name is Jason, and this has been Inevitable Space. Now, Inevitable Space - Stadia.